Hello. If you're watching this, it's because you're curious about my first experience with Damon brand and the Gallery of Magic's Magickal Cashbook. Let me go get it real quick. The Magickal Cashbook. Here you go. This is the book that you're curious about. Here's what my version of the cashbook looks like. It's a piece of wet printer paper that I painted with watercolor paints because that's all I had on hand, and I didn't want to go buy paints or construction paper. I wanted to just kind of get right to it. Let's wait for this ambulance to go by and then we'll continue. How about that? Alright, well there we go. If you're considering getting the cashbook because you need quick bursts of unexpected money, that's basically what the book is intended for. I will say I've worked with Nitika 3 times now. One out of those 3 times has already wrapped itself up, basically. But for now, we're going to talk about my first experience with the cashbook. So the first thing I did with the cashbook is request. I think it was $200. Let me see. $180. Okay, so not something too out of the realm of possibility, right? And it was for shoes for my partner. You know, they had 2 pairs of shoes that they wear mainly. Their work shoes and then like a pair of casual shoes, right? Both pairs of shoes fell apart about the same time, within like the same month, to the point where they weren't really wearable anymore unless you duct tape them together. So I followed the instructions in the book. Duh, that's how it works, right? You follow the instructions. Consecrated the notebook. I don't know what word they use it for. What word they use. I've got it right here. Let's check. Empowering the cashbooks. I empowered the cashbook based on the directions, and then I did the ritual with Nitika, and it did work the first time, which was really fun, and it did come about in unexpected ways, which was even more fun for me. I've done lots of sigil magic in the past, and so I kind of I know magic works. I'm not a complete beginner at this, but I am a beginner with the whole things coming about in ways that you can't anticipate. Normally I knew how things were going to kind of play out, but in this case, I didn't. So let's see, I needed $180. I ended up getting $243, which was really, really fun. And I'm going to tell you how it happened because that's why you're here. You don't want to just hear that it worked, right? You want to hear the whole story so you can believe it, and then you can go about and do your own magic knowing that it's going to work. So here's what happened. I started doing the ritual with Nitika. The first notable thing that happened is that my partner got a text from a work friend that a gig working app that they both used had posted some shifts to it. And they were unusually high-paying shifts. A lot of the shifts on this app would be between $15, $20 if you're lucky. For some reason, these were listed for at $42 an hour. So my partner was like, I would be a fool not to take this shift, right? So at that point, I had my suspicions that I was like, Nitika, is this you? This is interesting. This is really interesting. So, he accepted the shift on like a Monday or Tuesday, something like that. The shift was that following Sunday. So the week goes on. The other notable thing that happened during that week, which led to money coming about, was my partner was just taking a nap and woke up and was like, I really want to go play pinball somewhere. They enjoy playing like pinball every once in a while. And I was like, I haven't gotten out of the house in a while. So yeah, let's go put 20 bucks into having fun, whatever. So we end up going to this like arcade place, and it turns out we went to the wrong place. Like we intended to go to this one location with pinball, and we ended up going somewhere also close by that also had pinball and other games, and we still had fun, but we went to the wrong place. Basically, we both had a certain place in mind, and we went to a different place nearby, completely on accident. We get there, we're walking through the claw machines with the little plushies in them. And my partner points out that there's a card that has been left on the little machine where you insert things, right? And it was a reloadable Visa gift card, or not someone's actual debit card. Don't get me, I didn't take someone's actual debit card. This was a reloadable Visa card that someone had forgotten there. I can only assume that they pulled it out of their pocket while they were also pulling out like their game card, because it's one of the arcades where you put your credits on like a little card, right, and you slide it in the thing, whatever. They just forgot it right on the game that they were playing. I was like, I started this ritual 2 days ago. I know damn well what this is from. I know why this has happened. And so I'm excited. I was like, finders keepers, I'm really sorry person who forgot this, but this is mine now. I magicked this up, so you know it's mine. And I got in the car to go home and I typed in the card information in the Visa vanilla gift card website, and it turns out this gift card thing had $43 on it. I was like, great. So yeah, that was just the first half of this result manifesting itself. The second part was not as fun. It was actually a bit frustrating, and that was that the shift earlier in the week that my partner had taken on this gig work app got canceled. It got canceled without my partner being notified about it. This app has the policy where if the shift is canceled less than 24 hours before the shift starts, you get I think it was like a minimum 3 or 4 hours of pay based on whatever you accepted the shift at. But the caveat is that this shift got canceled 2 days before it was set to start, but my partner never got a notification for it. So the day before the shift, the night before the shift, my partner's like, the details aren't here. You know, usually 24 hours before the shift, I get a notification reminding me about it. I haven't got that notification. Goes to check the app, shift's just gone. So I'm just like, that's frustrating. So my partner messages customer service. The customer service is like, oh yeah, the shift got canceled. Sorry you didn't get a notification. Like, I'll tell my team. My partner had to turn down another shift at you know, their main job to work this shift that they had already said they would work, right? You can't cancel shifts on this app as a freelancer. They like deduct points and all this other like BS stuff. My partner's pretty pissed about it, and is eventually like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. Can you deal with it? Says to me, can I deal with it? Me being the business bitch that I am, I'm aware of websites like Apollo.io and Rocket Reach, and I find the email of the COO and some other executive level operations people. Was it a bit of a Karen move? Maybe. So I sent an email to these executives in this gig working app company and told them, hey, here's what happened. Like, my partner picked up this shift, didn't get any notification that it was canceled, and now, like, here's the repercussions of what had happened. Our service person just told us, hey, sorry, and then, like, that's it. Like, you owe us money. We didn't get any notification about this shift being canceled. And they came back the next day. I sent this email on a Sunday. On a Monday morning, I got an email back from one of the operations executives in the company saying basically like, sorry you experienced this, I'll have someone look into it. Later that day, my partner got a text from the customer service number from the app, and it was like one of the higher level managers basically saying like, I'm sorry this happened to you. Because this happened to you, you know, we're gonna pay out that cancellation fee, plus bump it, which was, I believe, like $160, $170, something like that. But we're gonna bump it up to $200 because of the inconvenience that you had to go through, and also you having to miss out on this other shift at your other job. We're just gonna bump it up to $200, and that got resolved. But boy, was it I wouldn't say it was like a big roller coaster, but it was like a slight roller coaster. And what I love about this particular part of it is that if you've been a freelancer, if you have your own business, you know any money you make outside of a normal W-2 job, you have to pay taxes on. So it was like Nitika was kind enough to include this like extra little like bit of money to set aside for taxes, right? Because even in the book, Damon Brand says that, you know, you may end up getting a little bit more than you expected. I got $60 more than expected, but some of that's got to go to taxes, right? So I really appreciated the thoughtfulness that went into that. And all in all, it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It took 6 days for all of this to transpire. In the book, it says you do the ritual for 11 days. If if the result manifests itself before then, you can end the ritual then. And so that's what I did. I did not expect such a quick result. It was very, very fun. My partner was astounded. And they got their shoes. And what was great about them getting their shoes is that I waited just enough time to order them to where Father's Day rolled around. And one of the websites was running a 20% off of like a $100 or more purchase thing. The shoes I needed were $114, so hey, there was an extra $20 off the shoes that I wouldn't have gotten if I wouldn't have waited until just the right time to order them. So thank you, Nitika, for completely blowing out of the water my expectations and also blowing out of the water the amount of money I requested. I will say that I think one of the reasons that this worked so quickly and it worked better than anticipated is I had a lot of emotions built up around making this work. I was like, my partner needs these shoes so they don't have to keep wearing these godforsaken duct tape shoes to work every day. Like, they shouldn't have to deal with that. When you are asking for the amount of money you need, when you are visualizing how it feels to need the thing that you're asking for, and then taking that feeling of need and slowly imagining yourself getting the thing, and slowly imagining the gratefulness that you're feeling when you have the thing, imagining yourself having that thing and being grateful for it. I had a lot of emotion poured into that, so much so where I was able to visualize how grateful I was receiving that, and then like bringing myself to tears. Like, I know that sounds kind of dramatic, but I was able to do that. Like, I was like, I am so grateful for this opportunity to work with Nitika and get these damn shoes. And so yeah, that is my first experience with the Magickal Cashbook. If you went into this video hoping I was going to just explain the ritual and how it worked, then there's like at least 5 other videos on YouTube of people explaining the ritual and how to do it and blah 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 blah. Or you could just buy the book and figure out how to do it. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to tell you that it does work, and I'm here to tell you my experience, and so you could see how things do play out unexpectedly. I know for some people they get results differently. I really enjoy watching videos from, I think it's Pixie Dust something. I'm so sorry. I don't remember your whole username. But Pixie Dust also was working with the cash book, but some things manifested a bit differently, and they were able to like sell some stuff that they had that they didn't use anymore, and like they were drawn to doing that, and that's how they got it. You know, it works differently for different people, and each time it's gonna work a bit differently depending on the situation. Yeah. That was my experience with the Magickal Cashbook. That was my first experience. My second and third experience, they had not manifested yet. I did complete both the 11 days for both of them. They have not manifested. I have a feeling that it is because I did not really put too much energy into doing the visualization of imagining yourself like in need of the thing, and then transitioning that feeling of needing that thing into a feeling of gratitude for that and having it, and the feelings of having that. I like honestly really skimped out on that. couldn't tell you why I did that, but I'm doing a cashbook ritual for the 4th time, going into it knowing these other experiences and what I could do better, what I can change based on these other observations. And I think I'm like 2 days into it, so we'll see how it goes. The 2nd and 3rd time, the things I were asking for were mainly things for myself. This 4th time, I'm asking again for money, for something for my partner, and I think that when you're asking for something for someone else, I'm the type of person that puts others before myself in terms of like spending money, right? So I think that may also be a reason why it works better if I'm like doing it to get money to spend on someone else versus myself. Who knows? We'll see. I have a feeling it will work pretty quickly. That's just a hunch, obviously, but you know, I guess we'll see. I'll make another video the next time the cashbook ritual results manifest itself for me, and you'll be one of the first to know about it. You'll be the second to know about it, besides me and my partner and my cats. So there you go, everybody. Get the book, do the thing, yeah, and have a great day. All right, bye.